We have seen this cast of characters now working together for 2 full seasons. What were you focusing on in terms of story and character growth when crafting season 3?
Don't mess it up. Do not screw this up. There's too much writing on this. No, I think we wanted to, we ended a certain way, obviously story-wise, at the end of season 2. So we wanted to, first get ourselves out of the mess that we created at the end of season 2, story-wise, and find a way to. I think we were always looking to show, new pairings, evolve the story for each character, and make sure we're challenging ourselves to do that while not going too far afield of the characters. Grim Pop being a whole new company and a whole new look, that was exciting, and putting our characters in new situations, like David having to run the company on his own. Those were kind of fun, exciting challenges.
Speaking of him running the company on his own, he's there now. He's at Mythic Quest without Ian and Poppy. How is he handling that change?
Yeah, the beginning of season 3, we wanted to catch up, jump ahead a little bit in time and see how he's been doing, and we find that he is thriving. He's living his best life, with Joe being his supportive, not too supportive, assistant at his side, a little too devoted for his liking sometimes, especially when she stands every time they enter the room. But yeah, we find that he's thriving and that he has some new opportunities this season, including he tries to bag a beefcake and Joe Manganiello to star in the movie version of Mythic Quest, which gets greenlit. And so we had a lot of fun this season seeing how he faces all this new responsibility.
You mentioned having Joe back by his side. We also see him interacting with Carol a lot more. So what was it like to sort of build and rebuild these relationships in this season?
It was fun this season because we're always trying to sort of do new pairings and make sure we're sort of progressing the characters a bit. Carol presented a great opportunity to bring Naomi up as a character because she's so funny. Bring her into the room as a writer. Fortunately, she was willing to have us and participate, and so that was a lot of fun because she's shepherding David. I'm sorry, David is shepherding her to navigate the office politics as she finds herself in a new position herself, and she turns to David for help. So that felt like a new dynamic, and a fun one.
Agreed. Yeah. You also got to step behind the camera this season. So what was this team like to direct?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it's certainly made easier when you're sort of in your own home. They say, being a guest director, you're stepping into someone's home and having to cook a meal with everything they have in their kitchen. And this was my home. It was my kitchen. I knew exactly where everything was. It didn't make the meal any easier to prepare, but I'm happy with the results.
Incredible. So aside from Joe Manganiello, is there anything else you can tease about season 3 that viewers can be on the lookout for?
Well, we have a Christmas episode this season, which is, I think, a little extra special as an episode, hopefully. We have a breakaway episode that explores the background more of our characters, which can sometimes be fan favorites, because they're a different vibe and a different tone. And we have a completely new set in Ian and Poppy's office, so which we call Grim Pop, and so a completely new look there, and that'll be sort of a fun aspect to our season, I think, for viewers.